Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and what we're looking at this time is the Yasunori VG5 Damascus Nakiri 165mm knife. Core steel on this line is VG5 stainless steel. Heat treats about 60 Rockwell on that core steel. The cladding is a soft stainless cladding, a multi-layered cladding over the top of either side of that core steel for a sandwich effect. You can kind of see the core steel peeking through at the edge. We'll get a close-up look at this, but it's a nice looking blade. It's got a nice brushed, horizontally brushed finish on it, and it's a nice frosted effect where the layers or the cladding are showing up. So it's a really attractive knife, attractive finish. The weight on this is pretty light. It's 124 grams or 4.4 ounces, which is light for a Nakiri. The edge length is about 165 on the edge, 6.5 inches. Overall length about 11.5 inches on the whole blade. The spine thickness, these are thin blades, so the spine thickness is about 1.45 or about 1.5 millimeters, and it pretty much just holds that all the way to the tip, or I should say the end of the blade here. The tip's actually down here, but a little bit of flex, less flex than the Santoku version because it's taller, but a little bit of flex to it, but you might expect that out of a very thin blade. The height on this is about 47.5 at the chin or back of the blade, and then about halfway is about 46.3 millimeters, just to get you an idea of the slant of it. Handle is just a basic black packawood handle. The handle's pretty light because the tang is kind of a short tang on it, so it's a partial tang, goes to about right there and then down into the blade, so it's not a full tang, which lightens up the handle, which is nice because it brings the balance point back in front of the bolster about right there. So it works really good for a pinch grip. That's a very neutral balance point on a pinch grip. So let's take a close-up look at the blade. This horizontal finish on these is a nice feature because one of the things that does is hide scratches when you use the knife and then clean it. The other cool thing is you get hand-chiseled kanji, which is quite unusual at this price range. So it's a really nice, authentic, kind of a high-class effect. And you can see the core steel peeking out there at the edge, and then your layered cladding showing through with that frosted finish that they have on there. When you clean a blade, you're usually wiping it this way with when you're drying it and cleaning it, so any scratches tend to be longitudinal, so this horizontally brushed finish will help hide those, which is kind of a cool feature. On the back side of the blade, you've got the embossed steel logo there and information. The spine on these is a little bit sharp on the edges as well as the choil, so you might want to hit that with some sandpaper. You could probably take 10 minutes and finish that off real nicely. The knives are thin at the edge. They are good performing knives. They really almost kind of laser style performance because they're quite thin overall, especially at the edge. They are no slouches. Let's take a look at it on the cutting board. And here's what this Nakiri looks like on the cutting board. It's actually pretty flat overall. And then you get a fair amount of flat towards the heel and just a little bit of belly towards the tip. So I'd say kind of overall it's a pretty flat profile. Each knife might be just a little bit different because of the way they're finished off, but they should be fairly similar to this. You've got the rounded tip, so you can easily rock this if you want to do that. Although it kind of hits the heel. Again, it's not a continuous arc or curve like some knives are. So definitely kind of leans towards the push-pull cutting, chopping for sure. So if you like chopping, this might be a nice option for you. Again, this particular one is pretty flat towards the back half of the blade. So if you're looking for something at a high-value line that looks nice, hand-chisel kanji, really good performance, want to try a Nakiri out, and you want something that's going to perform well and not pay a penalty or anything, this is a really nice option for you. So this is the Yasunori VG5 Damascus Nakiri 165mm knife.